Oh, it's recording already. All right, let's just do this cold. All right, welcome back to the Constitutionals. This used to be Alone Time. Sorry for the name change. I realized when I was putting up the last episode that I didn't want that this new whatever this is to be called Alone Time anymore because I'd previously used that, and this is the sequel to that. And so this is not Alone Time. I'm sorry, it's the Constitutionals. Also, I use News Time as a title for a show. It's a video thing, so I shouldn't use the suffix time anymore. All right. Well, how are you? I'm recording this very, very late on Tuesday. I should have put this out earlier. It's my fault. If you're listening, thank you for listening. If you're not, then I don't know how you're hearing this. Welcome back. This is the Constitutionals. I'm the host, Chad White. This is a product of C Plus Comedy. If you like C Plus Comedy, why don't you do the thing? I'll do the plugs at the end. Okay, so today's episode. Before I get to spoilers and everything that comes with them, I got... All right, well, I was going to reach and show the non-existent camera the Blu-ray that I just got in the mail. It is a Blu-ray of La La Land. I have been waiting for this since I saw the movie Christmas Eve. I've seen the movie 3 times in theaters. I've given them so much money, and I was going to see it a 4th time, but plans had to happen. People backed out, and mostly I got really busy. So I've been waiting for La La Land on Blu-ray for so long. I love that movie so much. I believe it should have won the Oscar for Best Movie, but whatever. It's 9 movies in that category, probably 6 of which that did not belong. Looking at your arrival, I enjoyed you, but you probably should not have been there. I liked Fences a lot. That definitely would have been my runner-up, then Hidden Figures, and then the rest. So, anyway, I got it on Blu-ray. I've been waiting. I'm probably the only person in the world who still likes the movie. A lot of jokes lately in the movies at the movie's expense. I don't know. I don't understand why people are just salty that it was. It's so good. There's so many jokes against it that I've never heard until after the Oscars. Like, oh yeah, that movie's. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. All right, so I got the Blu-ray. There's quote unquote. You know how extras are in discs and stuff, but there's quote unquote 3 hours of bonus content. I hate the word content. So bonus stuff. I don't know if that's true. I read the DVD Talk review and the High Def Digest review, both websites that if you like to collect movies and TV shows on Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K disc, I would definitely suggest those sites because those reviewers, top notch. They review discs that you haven't even seen come out yet. I have a review of a ton of stuff. But anyway, I read the review, I think last week. Had a lot of good stuff on it. Let me just... I'm going to pause this. Hold on. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to grab the disc. I'm going to read you the stuff. Okay, I'm back. What? Oh, shit. I mean, crap. I try not to cuss on this. I dropped the thing. Okay. Haven't even opened it yet. I'm so excited to open this. All right. Here are the special features. Another Day in the Sun, Closed Down Freeway. La La Land's Great Party. Ryan Gosling, Piano Student. And these are all featurettes. Before Whiplash, Damien Chazelle's Passion Project, Music of La La Land, John Legend's acting debut, The Look of Love, Designing La La Land, Epilogue, The Romance of a Dream, Damien and Justin sing The Demos, Marketing Gallery. Those are all different types of featurettes that you can view on the disc. I'm looking at the disc right now, or the case. Looks gorgeous. It's Ryan and Emma dancing the night away. Oh, during that magical scene. Oh, so good. The disc just brushed against the microphone. There's a 4K version. I didn't want to buy the 4K version because I don't have a 4K Blu-ray player yet. When that new Xbox Scorpio comes out, boy howdy, I'll have it. So those featurettes, I'm looking at the DVD Talk review, which you should totally check out. The featurettes total 1 hour, 19 minutes, 58 seconds. Oh, that's movie length, guys. That is movie length of just stuff you can watch about the movie. And then there's the marketing gallery, song selection, which is just jumping to the songs. That's pretty much it. But they gave it a high review. Shannon Nutt over there at DVD Talk gave the 4K a high review. List the 4K at $42.99. No. So that's it. That's great. I saw the movie 3 times in theaters. Can't wait to watch it. But that's not what we're here talking about. We are here to talk about spoilers. This is something I've wanted to talk about for a very long time. Spoilers and spoiler warnings and all that jazz. So right now, with the remaining time we have together, I'm going to write down, that is not what I need to do. I'm going to write down different, so I want to talk about this because people are so upset all the time for not being up to date on a lot of stuff. And that's, I mean, I understand, but there comes a point when you need to understand that life moves along, and if you haven't seen something, if you're part of the internet, if you're on the internet and something's ruined for you, that's your fault. Get off the internet. It's I mean, come on. So I'm gonna get the big I guess four different categories. And really, this is just what I think, but this is what people should totally do. So let's start with TV shows. A TV show spoiler. Would people get so mad when you ruin TV shows now? So I would think when you watch a TV show, you should, for TV, you should be able to have, I don't know, maybe 6 months, because after the show comes out, if it's something on the CW, that comes out 2 weeks later when the season ends on Netflix, or if it's a Fargo or an event series, something like that, or Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't know I'm naming FX properties, but when you get shows like that and they end after 10 episodes or what have you, 10 or 13 episodes, I mean, it's up to you to hurry up and watch it. I mean, you don't wait for it to come to Hulu or Amazon or Netflix or whatever. Just seek it out. If you really want to see it, seek it out, buy it, watch it. I'm going to give this one 6 months, because after 6 months, I'm going to start talking about it. When Fargo ends, Fargo season 3 ends in June, because it just started. I assume it's 10 episodes. It just started. 4 weeks in May, plus these 2 weeks in April. I'm gonna start talking about it in December. It makes sense. And I shouldn't have to read an article on Slate or the AV Club that says, warning, spoilers for season 3 of Fargo in December, because little Janie Smith didn't want to catch up in a way that was quick enough for her, because she really loved Fargo, but she just didn't want to spend the money to watch it or spend the time to watch it. Your fault. Moving on to movies. Okay. Movies are tricky, but they're also the easiest ones to handle. I'm going to go ahead and say 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Fate of Furious is out. I have yet to see it, but I know every little thing that happens. A, because it's a dumb movie, and B, because it's been a little bit longer than 2 weeks. Maybe? No, it hasn't even been 2 weeks. No, it's second weekend. Yeah. So it's been 2 weeks. Okay. So if you truly, sincerely want to see a movie, you've got to hop on the train and go see it. If Guardians of the Galaxy, right now it's April 25th. Guardians of the Galaxy comes out the next week, or I don't know, 2 weeks from now. I'm not going to go see it because I'm done with superhero movies. But if you consider yourself a fan, you're going to go see it within that time frame. Depending on, I don't care if it's work, I don't care if it's family stuff, you're going to make time for something you love to go and see it. 2 hours. That's all you got to do. 2 hours. Wake up. I go to movies on Sunday mornings before 12 o'clock. It costs $5. Not even, it used to be $5.50. I think it's $5.50. Anyway, it's $5. I'm gonna round down. $5 to wake up early and go watch a movie, and then get back home. It's 11:30. I watched a movie at 10 o'clock. It's 11:30. I'm done. I'm done with everything important I need to do that day, except for editing news time. I've seen so many movies that way, and I've saved so much money. And if money's the issue, then don't see a movie. Don't worry about it. Just Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's cool because there are months I haven't seen movies in a long time, or I'll go see a movie every week, or I'll see a movie bi-weekly. You know, if you really want to see something, if you really want to be a part of the conversation, then go watch it immediately or as soon as you can. But if you're struggling because you like Twitter so much and you're just twitting away, doing all that Tweety McJazz, then it's your fault. Someone can talk about a movie that's been out for 2 months. Raging Bull. I know the ending of that. Never seen it. I'm gonna watch it. It's in my my stars queue. I'm gonna watch it at some point. I promise. If someone came out to me, here's a movie. I have maybe 3 movies out of my entire collection that I have not watched. If someone came out to me and told me the ending to that movie with Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill as baseball guys, I own that movie. Never seen it. I just own it just so I can say I own it. If someone ruined that for me, I'd be fine with it because I've never watched it and it's my fault. All right, moving on to video games. Okay, so video games. This is tough because games are super expensive, and I totally get somebody not wanting to get a game immediately. I can't remember, besides this Mario Kart Deluxe that's coming out on Friday, I cannot remember the last time I bought a game on launch day. So, with that being said, I'm going to give that, I was going to say 6 months, but now I feel kind of bad. I'm going to say a year. 1 year. If you really, truly, Red Dead Redemption has been out for nigh upon, I'm not going to say 12. I was going to say 12. I'm going to look it up. Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption has been out for a freaking long time. And I'm going to go ahead and say 2010. It's been 7 years. There's no such thing as spoilers for something that's been out that long. You should know that game back to front if you were any part interested. I don't think anyone's ever stopped in the middle of Red Dead and said, not for me. But that's fine if you did, because I do that with a ton of games, like the Uncharted series. Not for me. So, yeah, speaking of which, Uncharted. I'd never owned a PlayStation 3. I owned a 360 during that era. Now I have all 3 major consoles. But prior to that, it was just 360, Wii, and then when the Wii U came out, a little bit of that, not a lot. But I got Uncharted with the PS4 because it came with it. I wouldn't have got it otherwise. But regardless, those games have been out, Uncharted 1 through 3, for, I'm not even going to look this up. I'm going to go ahead and say 8 or 9 years. Not each. 8 or 9 years. And I know everything about the first one. I know everything about the second. I know everything about the second one. Playing through the second one was just a slog because I knew it was coming. And then I've barely touched the third one, I don't think. Yeah, I played a little bit of the third one, and I just can't finish it because I'm not interested at all. I love Nolan North. I have a picture with him. He's a nice guy. Came to my job one day. But it just doesn't make sense. I mean, but it's my fault because because I would seek out this information. I would go, okay, well that's how that game ends, and then I would not play it. And now that I own it, I just have no interest in it. But also in that same year, I got Until Dawn on Blu-ray disc on Sony's PlayStation 4 platform, which is the reason I bought my PS4. It was the one only game I wanted. It was a $280 prank or whatever, but I got the game and I finished it as fast as I could, and it takes me a long time to play video games. I beat Until Dawn's probably 12 hours. It probably took me like 13 or 14, maybe even 15. I got it in November and I beat it in February, so it took me almost 4 months to beat that game. But, I did. Anytime someone mentioned it on Reddit, someone tweeted about it, or people talked about it, there was spoiler casts about it, I didn't look, I didn't listen. And that's all I did. And that's what you need to do with these spoilers things. Don't type without spoiling it for me. We all understand. All right? If you don't know the ending to what is that zombie game that the Naughty Dog did, the Uncharted guys, the zombie game, Last of Us. If you're so freaking interested in The Last of Us, go play the game. It's been 4 years. Nope, I'm wrong. It's been 3 years. I assume. I don't know. Whatever. Go play the game. All right? Moving on to books. Books, I'm going to go ahead and say a year for that as well. Because it takes a long time if you're me, to read a book. All right, guys. Now listen, I'm not literate at all. I don't know how I get through life. I just guess a lot of times. I'm not literate. I cannot read, which makes playing text-based adventure games really difficult. But all joking aside, books should really be a year. Whenever a book comes out and I know it's going to be a movie, or whenever I see a movie that's coming out and I say, hey, I want to read the book, I just go ahead and do my best to get through it. That's what I did with Hunger Games, although I never finished the third book. Never even started it. Didn't care. And I mean, with the Hunger Games 1, though, I stayed up every night in college. Every night. Just knocking that book out. I think I knocked it out in maybe 2 weeks. And that's the only time I've ever read a book in 2 weeks. But then Girl on the Train, I got an Audible audiobook version of that. Oh my God. It's just so difficult to get through the first couple of hours because it was so boring. But after it picked up steam after a while. I enjoyed it. So what I'm saying is, for books, there's many avenues you can go through. You can listen to a 12-hour audiobook version of it. You can read the book version, which is the one I recommend if you like to read. But audiobooks are great too. I'm just saying, if a movie's coming out, if The Martian came out, and you didn't know or the Harry Potter books, and someone spoiled it for me, or Game of Thrones, that's your fault for being on the internet. Just move. Just don't look. If someone wants to talk about it openly, then let them talk about it openly. All right, so then that's that talk about spoilers. I really wish I had someone here to talk about that with, because now it just seems like I'm just tossing my ideas in the right and everybody else is wrong, which I don't think. I mean, there's other people who have separate ideas that they should definitely mention. If you have ideas, you should definitely tweet it to @C+Comedy on Twitter. Go to the website, cpluscomedy.com. We got a whole bunch of stuff. News reviews, interviews, features, videos, shorts sometimes when I edit them. I actually have to see if I put a short up this week. We'll see. I don't know. We got this that you're listening to. Oh my God, this is so dumb. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for this week's episode of The Constitutionals. Not Alone Time. I'm sorry. I messed that up for you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you for listening. I very much appreciate it. I don't know how I'm going to end this. Probably just have words of affirmation. Be nice to one another. Be good. Probably have to plan out next week's episode of Constitutionals. I promise it will not come late again. Hopefully, probably, maybe, who knows. This is always fun. Really trying to get to that 20-minute mark. Really stretching out this ending. If you're hesitant on ending the podcast episode right now, you can probably go ahead and end it because I got about 55 seconds. I'm not going to do that to you guys. All right. I'll find a theme song. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. I love you. cpluscomedy.com. Follow me on Twitter @ChadBlackWhite. All right. Okay. Bye.